Wow, so it seems like Vikings really didn't pull any punches this mid-season peak. And it seems from this preview that Vikings is already beginning to set up all the other major events in the season. So let's break down this preview and see if we can figure out what they are.
I love Lagertha. I know that she's still alive and will return someday.
So at the end of the last episode, we found out that Lagertha's gone missing. She wasn't found in the dead, she's not found in the wounded, and it seems now that not only Bjorn, but Torvi as well, doesn't know where she is. So at the moment, Lagertha doesn't have a tie to Hickman because Hickman broke up with her and then died. She only really stayed with Alfred in England because of that connection with Hickman, and so her loyalty to Alfred doesn't really extend any further. Her son is quite capable on his own, and she doesn't really have any more ambition to go after Kattegat because she sees it as impossible. So wherever she is, she's kind of at her lowest, and if we actually get to follow her in these next coming episodes, it will be quite an internal struggle for her to really deal with her emotions and understand where she wants to go in life. But it's possible that we hear here that she will just randomly show up in some place and we won't actually get to see what she's doing in the meantime, kind of like how Ragnar just disappears in that time gap. For a while, she really hasn't had a really important place in the story. She's kind of the side person to Hickman. And with Ivar finally getting over this kind of revenge drive and just killing off a fake Lagertha to be done with it, she really has no place in the story. So it's my guess that they will just have her totally cut for the rest of this season and she'll just show back up randomly at a place we didn't expect in Season 6. And I have a theory about where that could be. Let's rewind back to when Floki came from Iceland by himself to get more settlers to go back with him and build a new civilization in Iceland. Lagertha found out this plot and she was not okay with Floki taking her men. She confronts Floki when he's trying to leave and then lets him go. We even get dialogue from the different settlers saying like, why did she do that? Why'd she let her go? And this girl says, because she wants Floki to test Iceland for her. This season, Iceland will struggle and fight and there'll be deaths and conflict, but in the end of it, hopefully there will be peace. So perhaps Lagertha will use this place that she is allowed to flourish as her haven, something she can use as a backup to live out the rest of her days. There are some accounts that Lagertha kind of drops off the map at the end of her life and lives to be quite an old age and dies of natural causes, which is this very ironic twist of a way to end off a very famous shield maiden, someone famed for their fighting capabilities and their gusto. Though she did confide in Ragnar that she kind of wanted to go back to those days with just him, their son, the daughter, on that farm, living peacefully together happy. So maybe with the new community in Iceland, she'll get to live out that life she wanted to by herself peacefully in Iceland. What do you guys think? I want to hear your craziest and most unique theories about Lagertha and where she could be.
My mother was wounded and she vanished. I need to know if her disappearance was of her own making.
So it seems like Vikings is going to use this moment where Bjorn is looking for his mother, looking for answers, to try and make this connection between these two characters. It's clear that Bjorn saw something in her on the battlefield and chose to spare her. This could have been the fact that she managed to cut him, which is something that really never happens to him. He's Ironside, doesn't get touched in the battlefield, but she's the first person to get through and do damage to him. We've seen the foreshadowing for her falling for Bjorn. We've seen them together at Kattegat fighting Ivar. Now if Bjorn thinks that Lagertha has done this herself and kind of escaped because Hickman's dead, because things have kind of wrapped up in England, he will probably let her go. So maybe this girl will spark new ambition in Bjorn to go back to Kattegat. And he will probably also have to check out Harald to see if he has Lagertha.
I want to take Kattegat back from Ivar.
How? You have no army.
King Harald has.
Bjorn Ironside, how happy I am to see you.
So Bjorn heads to where Harald is, the person he just smashed to shreds in that battle. Probably to look if Lagertha's there and captured, and to try and convince Harald to give him his armies to go back to Kattegat and fight Ivar. Now at this point, Harald must be really sick and tired of the sons of Ragnar. He's been tossed from one team to the other, losing in his battles, losing his brother, getting smashed over and over again, and winning nothing tangible. But again, at this point, he really doesn't have much to lose. He doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have friends, his love interest is now going with Bjorn, and his army just lost a major battle. So it'll be very interesting to see what Harald does and what the other men do. Most of them were very, very curious about facing any sons of Ragnar in the first place, and now they just lost this giant battle to them. They've really proven themselves as these figures that shouldn't be fought against. So if Bjorn does end up disagreeing with Harald and Harald doesn't want to back him, he could override him and try to get his men that way. And we know from everything we've seen in the other trailers that he will get his army, so if Harald stands in his way, it could be the end of him. It seems like Harald's at another low point yet again, and they're not afraid to kill off characters like Hickman, so it could be that Harald doesn't survive this season. It's possible that Bjorn needs to challenge him for the troops and kill him in a 1v1 battle. And then of course we have to worry about what Ivar's doing in Kattegat.
King Harald was defeated in Wessex. It seems to me that now it is time for us to return to England.
So Ivar's been looking for some big decision, something to come to him to prove himself as a god, something he's supposed to do, rather than sit around drinking with his new love. And it seems the Valeries have called him back to Wessex. We know that the proper fight of this season and of this show will be between Alfred and Ivar. Two powerful, strategic minds fighting it out in one giant conflict over the future of England. So it'll be interesting to see how Bjorn really puts a stick in the gears of Ivar's plans by coming back first and taking him on. Now we also see that Harald is fighting some men. This could be them just training and him letting loose his frustration in the courtyard. They often brawl and train in the courtyard. Or this could be some kind of revolt by men trying to take down Harald because he's not backing Bjorn. And of course we see Viksid responding to Ivar and what he's saying, and he doesn't look impressed. So we have so many things getting set up in this preview. We have this new love interest that will be a big part of Bjorn's storyline for quite some time and impact his story, fight alongside him, and hopefully not end as tragically as all of his other relationships. We have Lagertha going missing and the mystery behind that, what she's going to do, where she's going, and how she's going to be reintegrated into the story. There's going to be some kind of showdown, some kind of negotiation with Harald and Bjorn over that army that gets it from where it is now back to Kattegat to fight Ivar. And while all the time that's happening, Ivar is mustering his forces ready to go fight Alfred in Wessex. So the foundation for everything setting up for this season is ready to go. We might finally have Viksid taking on Ivar and joining Bjorn. Lagertha may escape the prophecy of her death, and the season will hit reset as we finally build up to that big showdown at the end of this season. Thanks for watching this video. For every like this video gets, I will sacrifice another goat to the gods. Also, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts about the episode we just got and what's going to happen with the rest of the season and the episodes coming next. I especially want to hear your theories about Lagertha and stuff because that mystery will be really interesting and it's quite a heated topic because everyone loves debating about Lagertha's death. Other than that, I'll see you all in Valhalla. Skål.